Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. There is a sign-in going around, so please make sure that you sign in before the presentation is over. Before we get started reviewing Standard 3, I just wanted to go onto the website and show everybody where you can access these videos, the PowerPoints, and all the accreditation information. On our main page, there's an accreditation link on the left-hand side. By clicking on that, you get to all of the information that is in the self-evaluation report. On the left-hand side, it has a link that says Accreditation Focus Groups. Clicking on there will give you all the information from these presentations. So as we go through, when the videos are done, which should be, I think, by the end of this week, then you'll be able to access the videos from today as well. Also, we just want to make sure everybody's aware the bookmarks are out, so you'll be getting them in your boxes, I believe, to pass out to your classes. We encourage you to talk about them, introduce the mission statement and the ILOs to your classes so that the students understand the significance of them. It was ASO's recommendation to actually have faculty pass them out so that they could talk about that. ASO was concerned that the students would just kind of... So we want to make sure that they understand the importance of these. Also, in all of the classrooms, we should have the mission statement and the ILOs on the wall. So if there is a classroom that you're in and they're not up, please let us know and we'll do our best to get them into that classroom.
Okay, we're going to present Standard 3 today. And Danny Villanueva and myself were co-chairs of this standard. And it's a very large standard. And it deals with resources we start with human resources, facilities resources, technology resources, and then what we most think about in terms of resources, financial. A lot of people contributed to this standard. It was a lot of work, and I won't go through individually, but a lot of you are here today that contributed to that standard, and we want to thank you very much. We're going to try to present this very efficiently and quickly. We don't have a lot of actionable improvement plans for this standard, but we're just going to give you a brief review of each of the areas, starting with Standard 3A, and then we'll do a quick wrap-up of our actionable items. So Ron Gluck is going to present human resources. And I think he's solo, right?
Today I am.
You're
yes.
solo.
Yes, I'm solo today. Do I have something to change but basically, this is everything that Standard 3A does cover with the Human Resources Department here at Mission College. And covers basically everything from hiring to evaluations, SLO in the evaluations, plus our hiring plan. So we do have in this section a summary of description of the hires, our procedures, including certificated, classified, and unclassified, how we evaluate everybody. There is a portion on professional ethics within the college, how we maintain qualified faculty here, fairness, security, confidentiality, and access to personnel records, equity and diversity, professional development, and institutional planning. So I'm just going to cover each of those, just the basic highlights of each of them. Let's see if this will work. Oh, too fast. All right. So in the fall of 2012, we currently had, 8 academic administrators that encompasses all of the, admin services, student services, and academic affairs. We have 84 full-time faculty, 248 part-time or adjunct faculty, 1 classified administrator, which would 149 classified employees and 203 unclassified employees, which includes student workers, community service teachers, professional experts. So in the fall, we had 693 current employees. We don't have the numbers for spring 13, but they're probably pretty close. Okay, basically this next screen is the hiring procedures of the different classifications that we have here. We here at LA Mission College in the Academic Senate worked with the college president in 2005 to do a certificated hiring policy to where there's an exact procedure. We have a faculty hiring prioritization committee that gets the recommendations from the department chairs, which in turn they discuss that, and those recommendations are moved forward to the president, and then they get ranks, and that's how we go forward with our hiring. For adjunct and part-time faculty, for all hires, the department chair fills out a notification for adjunct hiring, which gets monitored by the department chairs and forwarded to the dean to make sure that they do meet the minimum qualifications. So we make sure that most of them require master's degrees. Some of the other ones, if it's a trade, might have to have years of experience, such as athletics or culinary. For the academic and certificate administrators, there is an HR guide that we do follow, and that's put out by the district. For all classified hiring, that includes the confidential and management, we're guided by all the rules set by the Personnel Commission, which is an outstanding board here from our district, and we hire by civil service, so we do need to follow all their rules and regulations, and that's what we monitor, actually, what we do in personnel here. And then for unclassified, there actually are other qualifications such as student enrollments or their requirements or their background to make sure that they do qualify and that we don't hire them for longer than 5 years or stuff like that. So we follow those rules. The next section we evaluated was the evaluation procedures for employees and the assessment of SLOs. I kind of combined them on one screen so we wouldn't have too many slides. But basically, everyone here is evaluated per their contract. Most of the people here are within a union here, so there are different guidelines between each of the different unions of how many years it's between evaluations, whether it's a full evaluations or a partial evaluation. Those that are unrepresented are also under the guidelines set by the district, and those are all posted on the district website. And what we're trying to do, why we do them, is to improve morale, proficiency, and performances, the plan for employees to achieve their goals and objectives, professional growth through training, the recognition of outstanding performances for job enrichment, and improvement of student learning and success. And also in the evaluations of certificated, we do have SLOs in there now. Back in the evaluation or the accreditation 6 years ago, it was not in the contract, and it is now in the union contract, that SLOs are part of the obligation of faculty members. So we do have that, and we do need evidence of assessments that they are participating in that. One of the big things is ethics here, not only here, but in the district, to make sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing and not just doing what they want to do. So basically, all faculty are held accountable by a faculty ethics statement, which was created by the Academic Senate here from Mission College. Students conduct themselves by the principles of the academic honesty of the standards of student conduct. Classified employees observe the guidelines or standard conduct by the Personnel Commission's employee handbook. And then Mission College has developed a code of conduct to address responsibilities that maintain civility and strengthen the public's trust and confidence in the integrity of the institution. Stop me if you have any questions. The next big thing is how do we maintain qualified faculty here? We actually adhere to all the state minimum qualification guidelines. So that basically says if you want to teach history, you need to have a master's in history. Or if you teach that, you need to follow whatever the state mandates that's required. How we do that is basically we take that information here during our review process and we forward that to the district office in their unit there. They actually validate their accreditation, the institution's, their accreditation to make sure they're accredited university, that it is a valid degree and whether or not they can or can't teach. We are also trying to meet our faculty obligation number, which is determined by the state of California. And in 2012, we were at 58%. Basically, what that's saying is that it's a ratio from full-time to part-time faculty. We usually like to get it up to 75%. Yes. I don't believe it is. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, those numbers don't include, I took out all those numbers out. If you were a full-time teacher, you're not in that, you're not an adjunct member, even though you may teach adjunct. Oh, he wanted to know if you're a full-time teaching adjunct, are you included as an adjunct member? And you are not. You're a full-time member. Those are just pure adjuncts. Sorry about that. I don't want to go over my time because I know we're running close to time. But next portion we talked about is equity and diversity. And basically what we're doing is we follow all guidelines based on the Personnel Commission, board rules, and the collective bargaining agreements. We are an affirmative action location where every hiring has either a compliance officer or an EEO representative on the committee to ensure fairness for the hires, to make sure that everyone is following all rules and regulations. And if there is a question, then it comes back to the EEO rep or compliance officer. We also are trying to deal with, are working with workplace harassment, anti-bullyism, pro-collegiality workshops, and campaigns here. Which leads to professional development, which is a whole other committee here. We do have a committee here set, I think it's by Mike Klimo right now. Yes? Klimo, I don't know. Klimo, same guy, still Michael. And this is just some of the activities that they've done in the past couple of years, as online training and cultural events, including Flex Day workshops. I know I'm running out of time, so. And then our institutional planning, we do actually have a hiring plan of how we hire. Like I talked a little bit before with the faculty hiring prioritization committee. And for the program review for each year for the classified staff, the departments would contact their department heads, and then we go through the whole hiring process, which goes through the VP and then through the president for approval. After the president's approval, it would go through Assistant Vice Chancellor, Dr. Barrera, and she approves, and it goes back to the Personnel Commission. And these plans, these are our improvement plans, which are in combination with Section 4's improvement plans. And so what we're stating is the college will use various methods to improve collegiality, campus climate, and effective communication, such as diversity workshops, facilitated for specific departments and areas and leadership meetings by spring of 14. And the college will work with the ASO leadership to encourage and ensure student representation on all shared governance committees by spring 2014. Yay, that's it, I'm done. I met my 15-minute quota. Thank you.